What is up? Boom, there we go. Hey, what is up, everybody? Hey, why didn't that one do the countdown?
It did. You're good.
Oh, I didn't see it. Welcome to Sean and Lacey Live, everybody. Hello, Lacey.
It's Money Matters Week. I'm so excited. Are you excited?
Hey, everybody, check it out. You guys know what to do. It's time to call your friends because a lot of people are in transit to Indianapolis. Great city, by the way. Home of BDC Money Matters this weekend. A lot of people are in the air getting ready to get in, or they're already over at St. Elmo's or any of the other amazing restaurants of Indianapolis doing their thing. But you got to jump on your phones because tonight you just might win $700 right here on Sean and Lacey Live. We're going to be drawing 7 names here in just a few minutes, giving away $700. Hey, everybody. Well, first of all, make sure that you shout out your friends, text them, email them, post this on your social media. You do not want them to miss their opportunity to win $700. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel. Very important so that you get notifications each and every week. That way you won't be somewhere and have some excuse when your name gets called as to why you weren't here to claim your prize.
To receive your prize. We're going to talk about receiving over
Talk
the
about
next couple of days.
Yep,
Yeah.
excellent. So make sure that you're subscribed. Make sure you give us a like on this broadcast. Hit that like. Let's light up the like button. Make sure that you've done all of that. Make sure that you've checked your comments. Post a comment. Make sure that's working because that's the only way that we know that you are here. You know what I don't know? What I don't know is if we're broadcasting into the BDC group. We are?
No, not today.
Not
We're going to
today.
be doing it again next week because James is still fine-tuning it, and we didn't want poor Pat to have to try to figure that out.
Okay, well, this is the only source of
This is the only source.
transmission. This is the source
Currently.
of the transmission. And so you guys are locked in. Make sure that you tell your friends. Hey, maybe they're looking for it in the Black Diamond Club Facebook page or in the Book Yourself Solid Facebook page since we were there last week. Tell your friends. They're not there. Not this week. You've got to tune in directly on YouTube. And so make sure that everybody knows. Check your comments. Make sure everything's dialed in. Let's say hello to our producer, Patrick Kimball.
What's going on, everybody?
You don't have
Mr. Pat.
a theme song or anything?
No, not today.
All right.
Ooh, is that the new Swanee hat?
It is.
Ooh, look
Hey,
at that.
everybody.
That's the new
Patrick and I
hat.
are coming just fresh off the golf course. We just hosted the very first annual Shank Dilly Cup. We are going to be announcing the winner, the grand winner of the tournament on Saturday at Money Matters. You've got to be there. You want to get your tickets and be there in person. We're going to be doing the awards presentation on Saturday, and so you don't want to miss that. So everybody that played, everybody's in suspense. Nobody knows who won. We won't announce that winner until Saturday. If you missed out this time, I know that you and I, we are in a season of transition. I've been telling everybody, we are, Sean and Lacey, it's kind of like a rebuilding season. It's kind of like Alabama.
No, we're in a season of expansion.
It's Indiana Pacers, right? You're getting everything all together. You're
Don't
still
know what that
fielding a
means.
team, but we're in rebuilding. I was telling Grant Dennis today, you know what's cool is that Alabama, even in a rebuilding season, I don't think they're sure who their quarterback is or who their running back is. It doesn't matter. They got Nick Saban, and they're going to be a top 5 team. So don't count us out if you think we're in rebuilding season. Wait till you see this weekend. We're retooling. We're expanding. We're getting everything dialed in, which is also to say, I know that this weekend is Money Matters, but you guys have got to make sure that you get your tickets to Marketing Matters when they release this weekend.
Yep.
Marketing Matters is coming up November 2nd and 3rd in Miami. It will be held at the, what is it called? The Turnberry?
Turnberry, yep.
Isn't it the Trump Turnberry? Does that have something to do with Trump? No, there's nothing to do with Trump.
think so.
Forget Donald Trump. It's the Turnberry in Miami. Another great city, by the way. We're going to be descending upon Miami November 2nd and 3rd, and we're going to have everything all queued up, ready to go. Maybe we'll play some golf ahead of time. We'll make sure we
there's a
get all
course
of that
at
at
the-
Turnberry.
at
Right, so
Turnberry.
we could have a second
Turnberry-
Shank Dilly Cup at Turnberry.
Well, people have been asking us for so long, can we find a place that's like super duper family friendly?
Super.
Like,
They
this
got the
place
water
has
slide
water
of water
slides.
slides
They
at
have
Turnberry.
the, was it Endless River?
Lazy River, not inlet. It does end. It technically ends. It's Lazy River.
I think it's the Endless River.
Or
And
it just
just
goes
keeps
in a
going in
cycle. It's like a just
circles.
giant circle.
Yeah, it doesn't end. It just keeps going in a circle. It's endless, right? Yeah.
Well, you got to get out of the water
Yeah, I
at
mean,
some
at some
point. I
point,
don't
yeah.
recommend that you make it endless.
I don't know. I think it's endless. Who knows? All right, but
It's
it's
like
a really
bottomless
there's and then
mimosas.
there's an adult side too, right? So it's really great. It has great food,
And who
great
knows? There might even
fun,
be a BDC side.
golf course. There's something for everybody.
That one's going to sell out
Yeah.
because we're going to be retooled, remaxed. That one's going to max out. It's going to be amazing. Super pumped up for that.
Yep.
We're working on some pretty amazing guests. I mean, like, people are going to be like, what? Working on it.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So when the tickets come out, and I think I'm going to go back to not letting people. No, if I get our amazing guests, I'll probably let people know, but probably only when we're down to like 20 tickets left.
Okay, I like that. All
Just to
right.
sell the
What do we
last
got?
10.
What kind of announcements do we have?
Yeah, we have no announcements because this is the announcement.
This is the announcement.
Money matters this weekend. Shank Dilly Cup played, done been had. Money matters this weekend, July 28th and 29th. We have the
It's
super
not too late,
over
technically.
the Shank Dilly Cup. We'll announce the winner on Saturday.
Yep.
We have the super over the top VIP dinner, David Meltzer's dinner, coming up Thursday night. That's tomorrow night.
tomorrow
Not
night.
too late to jump in on that. You got to hit up Jane at blackdiamondclub.com if you are in Indianapolis and you want a seat at the table. Hey, in addition to all of those amazing people, you've got Lacey Book, David Meltzer, Mark Murphy, Lisa DeMaio. In addition, we've got Angela Piso. If you know Rudy, Hoosiers, and also, by the way, I was talking to a guy today. There's an Indy 500 movie coming out that Angela's doing. Angela Piso will be in the house. We have NFL football stars. We're going to have some
That's
people
Nate
from the
Bloomy's
Colts.
dream, right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, we're gonna have people from the
Talk to
Colts
them
that are
about
gonna be there. We're gonna have the CEO of Progressive Insurance is gonna be at the dinner. An opportunity to have a seat at the table, talk to people and meet people that you wouldn't normally get to meet. And it's not one of those, right? Like you and I were talking about. It's not like a fan experience where like somebody's on the other side of the table and you're like, hey, I love Progressive. Like no. Like sit next to them, have a meal with them, have a conversation with them, hear them present and speak. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. All of these things that we do with David Meltzer. Highly encourage you to jump on that. Jane, Jane, Jane at blackdiamondclub.com. Just shoot her an email. Say, hey, I think I'd like to be there at the dinner. And she will help you to get in the room. It's at Harry and Izzy's. It is over the top. Like Harry and Izzy's, fine steakhouse. It's just across the street from the hotel where Money Matters is. And man, we have crafted and created the best menu that Harry and Izzy's could possibly put in front of you. So a lot of people too, like, where should I eat when I'm in Indianapolis? Look, Harry and Izzy's, and you could go to Harry and Izzy's, or you could go to Harry and Izzy's with Angela Pizzo.
Yep.
Like, how often do you get to do that? That's on Thursday. Friday, we're going to kick off Money Matters, and we're here today to talk about a little preview about some of the things that we're going to talk about. What I'm excited about is that this is shifted. This has changed up as we are in a season of expansion.
Yes.
We are preparing to fill the room with more and more individuals who are not just diehard fans of Sean and Lacey. And as we transition into that, we also are changing sort of the way that we are presenting what our goals and objectives are. And we have 4 main takeaways, 4 main breakthroughs that we have prepared for you over the weekend. I'm not going to tell you what those are, but I am excited
honestly,
that people are going to come away, I'm sure, and say, I got 4 main breakthroughs.
And honestly, I mean, it's designed to give you 4 breakthroughs in that specific area. But even if you had a breakthrough in one of them, I guarantee it will make massive change and difference in your life. And I think that for us, we were very intentional about the creation of this content and some things that have radically helped us shift our belief systems and our ability to attract more wealth into our world. So
Well, I think one of the
it.
hardest things is to explain to somebody what is Money Matters. We're also in this season of expansion probably going to change up the names of the workshops.
It's been a long time. It's overdue.
Yeah, and so because that's what happens is people ask me as we expand into other areas where people are getting exposure to us, and they're like, well, what is Money Matters?
Yep.
And it's not like, well, it's a wealth management class. It's not what that is. It's not a financial investing class. It's not what it is. What would you say that it is?
I think it's just a place for you to be able to explore and understand money on another level that you currently don't understand it, so that you can take that understanding and apply it into your life to either attract more money into your world, maybe utilize the money that you currently have in a better, more effective and efficient way, and get on the same page with others that are important in your life about how you like understand and utilize money.
So let's look at four main areas, not the actual breakthroughs themselves, but first we're going to talk about, we're going to teach on how money works. And people, I think a lot of people are like, well, what do you mean how money works? Like, you get $1 and you buy something that's worth like, what do you mean how it works? And I think that a lot of us were taught from our parents or from just society, from different paradigms that we have accepted, that money works a certain way. And it began probably when you were young. Maybe you had an allowance, right? So even then, right, the word, an allowance.
Yeah.
You were allowed a portion. So you were proportioned $1, or I don't know what you made when you were young, $5. And in order to get the allowance, you had to do certain things. Now, one of the things that I think is interesting is, like, this is a word of caution for a lot of you who are parents and you have young kids and you have like the chore chart. Are you teaching your children how money works and potentially teaching them in a flawed way? Most of the stuff I'm exposed to is like teaching them about friends and like these things. But I think one of the single most important things that you can teach your children is how money works. And I get it, well-intentioned. My parents weren't trying to like screw with my head.
We weren't talking about
but I
stuff
had
at
an
that point.
allowance, right? And so you did your chores, right? So you did your work, and then you were allowed a portion. And then here's the thing about the allowance. The allowance usually, no matter what it was not enough to buy all of the things that you needed as a kid. It wasn't like they were giving you living expenses. And so then the next thing that they were trying to teach you was to save. And so your parents were like, well, you know, if you want an Atari video game system, you would have to save for this many weeks. And so you began to be programmed about how money works. And a lot of you as adults have brought those ways of thinking into your business. Now, I got to tell you, as an entrepreneur,
And into your relationships.
or maybe one person has that philosophy and another learn differently about money. And so this can cause strain on a relationship as well. But I got to tell you, as an entrepreneur, it is very difficult to reconcile. So here's what happens. Service providers that we talk to, you guys still live in this world of it's a service. It's this one thing. How many things would I have to do? How many clients would I have to have
To be allowed to have
in
that
order to
kind
get
of
my
money.
portion?
Yeah.
And then I would have to save, if I did that on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis, save until I had enough portions saved up to do the thing. I got to tell you, that's not how it works. If you want to learn how it works, we're going to talk about that
You're
on
dropping bombs
Friday
right now.
morning.
And all I can think of, I can't believe how
Oh, is that
dark
what
you are.
You were like telling me like stop because I was doing too
No,
much?
no,
Oh.
I can't believe like how dark you are in this pink shirt. Like, just,
How white are my
do you
teeth?
see the difference? Usually, I'm much darker than you, and so I just looking
You're
over.
never much darker than
Yes,
me.
I am.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. Anyway, I think that that's vitally, vitally important in our understanding. We're going to talk about concepts around not only the things that you've learned, but like you said, how you're bringing those into your world and still utilizing those concepts in a way that's actually limiting to you. And it's not just allowance. There's a lot of other things that we were taught, not just through our parents, but through society, through working a hourly job, a 9 to 5, that we've still carried on in different ways, and we don't recognize that we haven't let them go yet. And so that's super important, and we are going to be discussing that with you. Some big breakthroughs.
Well, you know I have short-term memory loss because I don't remember recently we were talking about, but some of the other paradigms and phrases,
Yes.
like starving artist,
Yes.
right? And a lot of you have adopted that because, I mean, you think like you haven't, but a lot of you in the service world have this notion that you can't be in service and be wealthy at the same time. And other people have told you that money doesn't grow on trees and be wary of wealthy people. So you also think that because you stand in service, that anybody who provides a service and has a lot of money, that they probably cheated.
Yeah.
That they did something wrong, right? These are all faulty mindsets where you just don't understand how it works. The people who do stand in service and are wealthy, I got to tell you, all it is they understand how it works. And they've leveraged, we're going to talk a lot about leverage, they've leveraged how it works to their advantage. And then the last part of this is because they've done this, they're actually able to serve more. And so it's an interesting circle because the people that have the wealth, that have a good heart, that have good intention, they're actually serving at a higher level
Yes.
than those that are grinding away in the trenches. For example, let me tell you, this year's halfway over. We are still going to go to Mexico this year to serve the people out of our own abundance on our dime. We're not going to make a dime. We're going to pay our way. We're going to take people to Mexico and we're going to provide chiropractic care. A lot of people don't think that we're chiropractors or that we've sold out, whatever. Well, you go to Mexico
We still
on
put
your
our hands
own
on people.
and service thousands of people with the permission of the government, in coordination with the government. And in addition, we are probably also in the next 6 months going to go to the Philippines. Now, if we don't go this year in 2023, we are booked to go 2024 on our dime to serve. How can you do that? And here's what's going to happen. We will invite people to go. Hey, we would love for you to go with us to serve the people of the Philippines. And people will say to me, oh, but I can't afford to. I can't afford to take the time off. I can't afford the flights. I can't afford. And that is a shame. That breaks my heart because when I watch people in service, I'm thinking like the reason why you do this is so you can do that. And of course, all of the haters, all of the people will discount us doing that. We'll get no play on that. But you guys all better pay attention because we will be in Mexico. You and I putting our hands on people as chiropractors and in the Philippines.
It's my favorite thing.
It's
to
still in
do.
the next 6 months, right? And the only reason we could do that is because we understand how money works.
Exactly.
What's the other thing we're going to talk about?
Well, I think we should draw a couple of names.
Okay.
Just two.
Just two
We've got
names?
7 to draw.
Yes,
Oh,
we do.
well, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yes.
Yeah, and then that way too, honestly,
And I know that
if
a
we
lot
can
of
get a
people are
winner,
traveling right now.
well,
huh?
and if we can get a winner, then yeah, we can just wrap it up early.
Oh, who
Sean
wants
and Lacey
to
do
win?
need a little rest, you know.
Got a big. People are going to ask us.
It's
that
been a
too.
big
How
day.
do you
I was
do it?
already down at the hotel. We were setting up with the entire team.
Entire team's
We
here?
had a great team little powwow, getting ready for everybody that's coming to Money Matters so that we can deliver a top-notch experience.
Sweet swag.
We got some sweet swag. We're just super excited. Yeah, I know.
The hustle don't stop.
It doesn't stop,
It
baby.
is what it is. All right, then. I got a couple over here.
All right.
Let me get this bad boy ready.
Oh yeah, get the
Bam.
little time.
Oh,
Oh,
right in front
whoa,
of your
too
face.
big.
Yo,
Whoa.
nobody wants to see this face.
Oh yeah, put it right there. That's good.
Perfect.
That's
Bang.
perfect.
That looks good. We like-
Except you gotta make sure we can see the name. It's got to be like at your Swanee's hat level. Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right. Deal. All right. First one. Matt Beachy.
Oh,
Matt Beachy.
Beachy.
Matt
Beachy.
Beachy.
Matt Beachy, $700.
Where's Mike Merck? Where's Mike Merck? That's a
I
real
know.
guy. Mike Merck.
I
Where
know.
are
Where
you?
is Mike
Where's
tonight?
Mike tonight? Mike's
Usually
not Mike's not a real guy.
Mike's
Mike Merck's not a real person.
Mike's usually on here already calling out names.
And Mike's usually
telling
on here
us they're
saying that's
wrong.
not a real person. Matt Beachy,
Oh, Matt
you've won
Beachy.
$700.
Come on. Fake name. There we go. Thanks, James Taylor.
$700. All right, Matt Beachy.
$700.
You had $700. You just did not receive it. You must be open to receive it.
Must
Matt
be open to receiving.
apparently is not open to receiving.
Tonight.
Hopefully, if
Hopefully
you're
it's
coming
just
to Money
temporary.
Matters, yeah, we can change that. If you are open to receiving $700, you need to put in the chat, I am
Yeah.
open to receiving.
Some of y'all need
you
to
got?
believe that you can
All right.
receive.
Patty
more.
Ice. Patty
Let's
Ice.
go.
Uno mas.
Uno mas.
Andrew Callis.
Ooh, Andrew Callis.
Callis.
Isn't it
Kalis?
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 I think it's
Kalis?
Andrew Kalis.
Kalis,
I
okay.
love it.
Andrew Kalis.
Yes.
Andrew Kalis.
Look at all these
he's
people open to
in-
receive.
I believe
I
he's
am
in
open.
Florida, I think.
Believe
Andrew
that you can
Kalis.
receive, people.
Andrew
Andrew.
Kalis. Andy Kalis. Andy Callis. Andy Kalis Callis.
Kalis.
Oh,
You could try.
Kalis.
We're trying new names.
DJ Callis.
DJ Callis.
Andy, no $700.
No, $700 for Andy. I gotta tell you
Alright.
one thing though. I mean, I do it, and I love everybody. Like, I want you to, you type that in. I am open to receiving.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's far more than that, right?
Well, and that's something that we're going to talk about because you really have to have belief behind the idea, right? And we're going to talk about desire and expectation. I know we've brought this up in the past, but there's a big difference between what you desire and what you actually expect. And oftentimes there's a huge gap in between those two things. And some people say, well, I don't understand why I'm not getting A, B, and C. It's what I truly want. It's what I
talked
truly
about that.
desire. And a lot of times it's because the expectation doesn't match. And so we really want you to uncover and discover if that's something that you're dealing with. And we want to help our people at Money Matters walk through this process so that we can get those two things closer together so that the expectation and the desire match up.
So hopefully now people are beginning to get an idea of kind of what is Money Matters, right? Like what we do, what it's going to be. I've told several of my clients that are coming in, they're like, what should I expect? And I said, you should expect to be challenged. You should expect to be uncomfortable. And then lastly, you should expect to be transformed, right? So it's not just like beating you up and saying, you dummy, you don't understand it. We must go through transformation so that we leave there with a better understanding, a better mindset, a better attitude, and a better energy. Another thing we're going to talk about is how receiving energy. So that's what I was referring to, right? Like I just saying like, I am open to receiving. And I said like, type it in. And a lot of people confuse the fact that they think that I did it, right? So I did the thing and in their work, right? So we oftentimes even say that ourselves, like you have to do all the things, which you actually do, but there's another component. So receiving money requires action and it requires energy. And a lot of times people really
talked about this.
don't understand how you must be in an attitude of receiving. Yet so many people do or have actually, like they type like, hey, I'm open to receiving, but they have an attitude of rejection of money. They repel, their energy repels money. And this is the hardest thing to talk about because the people who have that don't realize they have that.
Yeah.
They say things like, I'm abundant, I'm open to receiving, and yet they are doing things. You look at them and they are actually repelling. They have these little behaviors and attitudes around money that tells money, that tells the universe, that tells the flow, don't send any money my way. Like what are some things that people might do to reject money?
Like actually do, or is a belief
Or
system?
is a belief system?
It's really funny because I just saw Russell on here and he said, ask, believe, receive. It's a biblical principle. And I was reading some things about the harvest. And I think that a lot of times people are investing time and energy and effort into things and they're waiting for the harvest. And they feel like the daily bread and the harvest are completely separate things and that they can't have them both. Well, you can receive the daily bread while you're waiting on the harvest and you can still have the harvest too. Sometimes you can have the harvest while you're receiving the daily bread. So I think a lot of people think I have to wait to receive because I planted the seed. I'm nurturing the seed. I'm pouring water on the seed and they're waiting for the harvest. And all the while they're rejecting the daily bread. That's a dangerous place to be in.
Well, also you can have multiple harvests. And I
And
think that's
yeah.
where I think people also get confused. A lot of you are sitting on your porch staring at the fields where you've sowed the seed and you're missing the trees that are in full bloom, that have all the fruit on them, and you're just staring out into the fields and you're wondering when will it be my turn? When will the fields produce a harvest? And meanwhile, there's all these trees to your immediate left and to your immediate right that are, full of fruit, but you're not picking it up because you're staring off at the fields. So many times you want the harvest to be where you want it to be, and you miss because of that where the harvest is actually showing up. And a lot of times you're like, well, if I go and I start to pick up all the apples or all the fruit from the tree, I might then miss out on the harvest in the fields. But that's also, that's a rejection attitude. If the
right.
harvest is there, then you just go and you start picking up the apples. There's nothing that says I can't keep an eye on the field while I'm picking up my apples. And that's even beyond like the daily bread. Of course, like we don't want you to starve. We don't want you to not be able to pay your bills. But a lot of you are not able to pay your bills because you're screwed up in that way. Like you're looking at things, and that's another part. You can't pay your bills, right? And you're just sitting there not paying your bills thinking like, well, when the harvest comes, and yet you won't pick up the apples. Right? When the harvest is there,
the daily bread.
if you got your stuff, you'd pay your bills, and then you would shift your energy and your attitude. And we're going to really be breaking that down. There's so much that people do one thing that people do in business to just cut off the universal supply. One thing that people do in business that just immediately cuts off the universal supply is the thought of I need to cut expenses. Now, I'm not saying go ridiculous, be stupid with expenses. That is not what I'm saying. But you must mind your thoughts, right? Because, where Russell said, ask, believe. And that's on the, like, hey, that's on the receiving side. What also people don't understand is on the giving side, right? So ask, believe, give. Nobody wants to talk about that. Ask, believe, give. Ask, I need permission to go to Mexico. I'm not Mexican. I need permission to go. I'm not going to do this. A lot of people do that. Fly by night, fly in under the radar. That's not what we do. We ask.
Yeah.
We ask. We also, by the way, get invited. So it was the Philippines government that reached out to us. And when are you coming back? And we're like, well, shoot. Thank you for asking.
Yes.
So if you ask, you believe, then you will receive. We ask, we believe, and then we
Take
give,
action. Yeah.
right? And so I think
giving.
that sometimes people too miss that element because everybody talks about like, well, money flows, money flows, money flows, but they are not willing to stop and look at their own lives and say, well, how am I allowing money to flow? So earlier I said like, hey, who wants to come to, the over the top dinner? And a lot of you in your minds were like, I'm paying $2,500 to go to a dinner. Well, that's why you don't pay $2,500 to go to dinner. That's also why nobody pays you $2,500 to do your thing. Because you cut the flow off. You said to yourself, well, I'm cutting expenses. Well, guess what? That immediately triggered out there in the world a whole bunch of universal signals that said, and so are they.
Yep.
You're cutting expenses. Well, we're cutting flow. And now all of your clients start telling you, we're cutting expenses. Well, we're cutting expenses. Yeah, we're cutting expenses. And now you're actually trapped in this vicious cycle. Right? Because now the harvest is not coming because I killed the harvest because I failed to water the crops. How do you water the crops when it comes to the harvest financially? Through giving, right? So you must have structured giving, and sometimes giving shows up as expenses. And a lot of people have a weird thought process, and I don't want you to go into this, but I will tell everybody that you are really going to dive into the way that people view and think about expenses and how that is so harmful to their ability to expand and reap what they have sown.
Yep.
Want more names?
I want more names.
All right.
It's already 8:30.
Let's go. It's 8:30.
Yeah, we got
Let's
it.
get a winner.
Let's get a winner. Who's ready for a winner?
I think you can just call 5 names. Let's get them. Let's get all of them out there.
Okay. Here we go.
We're closing in on a rack. $700.
Getting up there. All right, kids. Corey Wonderly.
Corey Wonderly. You have
Is
won.
that singer that you love or that?
Corey. His name's Corey. Corey Wong. I think
Oh, it's Corey Wong. I was thinking it's
Corey
similar.
Wonderly.
No, Corey Wonderly.
You have
Corey,
won. You didn't start the
You
timer,
didn't start
my
the
friend.
timer.
Oh, I did.
All right, Corey. This is a technical glitch that made this fall in your favor.
I feel like,
oh my,
man,
this might be
the universe
man.
is
This is like
providing some
the NBA
space
shot clock got
for
stuck.
Corey to
You
get
get to
on.
come
You
out
got a
and drop
double
a
shot.
3 on us.
Yeah.
Oh my, Corey Wonderly just in silence, and we still got to run
Corey,
it down.
and you had-
Where's Corey?
yeah.
You watching this?
Oh man.
Are we watching this?
Yep.
Oh man. All right. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Corey.
Man,
Corey,
we even gave Corey a
Corey got like a week and a half.
a runway.
Yeah, Corey had a week.
Corey
to
had a
respond.
runway.
Dang. All right. That was,
Oh
how many
my,
was that?
all right.
That was 3.
That was
far.
3.
All
All right.
Number
Yeah.
4.
Start the actual timer right.
All right.
Katya.
Hey!
Dmitrieva.
Katya!
Katya, are you on?
She, even if she's not on it, just the
Katya
universe
probably like
signaled her.
intuitively
Bang.
is like, I'm
Katya,
here.
you
Yes.
have won
Oh my gosh, everybody loves
$700.
Katya.
Everyone loves Katya.
Come on, Katya.
Oh man.
Oh, see,
Katya.
look it. She had a feeling about it.
Oh, yes, she did.
Katya.
Katya, this is
This is
your
my
day.
girl. Come on.
I hope you
Oh
drew
my
yourself
God.
a card that said you're going to win $700. She drew
People
cards
know
for
she's
everyone
real.
else.
Oh, I'm gonna have to
man.
text her after this.
Oh, no.
Oh no! Like now, like this is they're like that's a real person. We know she's real.
That's
I
real.
know.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Well,
a normal thing for everyone to think the names are fake. That's what happened at people just started yelling out everybody's fake when they didn't win.
That's
Yeah.
what happens?
That's what happened at Bridgewater. Same thing.
Well,
It's okay. They're real. That hurts Luke's feelings.
yeah. all the work to cut these names. Hey, after Money Matters is over, we're going to be switching to an electronic
We're doing one of the
wheels that will
Wheels,
pick the
yeah.
names. It'll
Wheel
be
of Destiny.
great. We got a lot of changes coming up after Money Matters. Our rebirth as we shake off all the bad, and boom, in comes the harvest of a lot of things.
when you step it into expansion,
Yeah.
things have to shift
Yes,
and change.
yes.
Rearrange.
Rearrange.
That's right.
All right, kids.
All
Name
right.
number 5.
Pat, this thing with your face.
What's wrong? I can move it. Lucas
Luke.
Summers.
Lucas Summers.
Lucas Summers.
Lucas Summers.
No Lacey, right?
No Lacey. Lucas Summers.
No Dexter.
No, there you go. Oh, Dexter.
No, we love
Luke.
Dexter.
Lucas
Dexter's
Summers.
a ham. He loves the camera.
Lucas Summers.
Lucas Summers.
Not Lucas Mendel, not
Nope.
Lucas Biondi,
Nope.
Lucas Summers. You
Not
have won
Lucas Winter.
$700. Also, by the way,
Lucas.
by the way, for everybody that's like, hey, those names are fake, I want to remind everybody that we have put
Not
in
real.
all of the BDC names as well as the BYS names. So this is the Book Yourself Solid community,
800 names in there.
as well as the Black Diamond Club community. We're giving everybody equal shot. If you're watching and you're like, my name's not in there, all you got to do is join Book Yourself Solid Network or the Black Diamond Club. Your name goes in the canasta. Soon
In
to
the
be
canasta.
the mystical electronic
wheel.
wheel.
Yeah.
And then AI could pick your
Oh, yeah,
name.
and the BDC student club's also in here, too.
BDC Student Club.
Yes.
Yes. There's lots of names in
Thank you,
there. So
Cassidy.
you might not know like every name that comes out. Like who's Lucas Summers? Well, maybe he's in the community that you're not in.
Oh, Jim
happened?
Taylor says, I'd like to remind everyone that we have doubled the amount of fake names.
We
you
put
know-
into Chat GPT, give us fake names
I
for
was
the
just
drawing.
thinking, wow, that was a really good comment, and it hasn't gone up on the thing. You know what? Pat definitely is the when it comes to the production part, he's the most conservative.
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
Keep it simple. I don't want to mess too much up.
Yeah, he's a timer start kind of guy.
Yeah. Cool.
Right?
Hey,
I
don't
know.
mess it up, though.
Bailey is
I'm
an
not
over
Bailey.
the top,
Yeah,
too loud, too much
no
noise,
sound effects.
excessive.
break.
Yeah, those are the spectrum. It's a Bailey Pat spectrum, and everybody else falls in the middle. Yeah.
Yes.
So, all right, who do we have up next
right,
as we're
kids.
closing out and
Numbers-
gearing
name
up for Money
6.
Matters?
Name 6. We got Bruno.
Mars.
Roca.
Bruno DeRoca.
Do you know that name? No,
I
I don't know that name. That's probably a new name. I love that.
How could I know everybody who's in both
800
groups?
names, but
know a
that
lot.
feels
I know a
real.
lot of
Almost
them.
all.
If you come to
Bruno?
Money
Bruno
Matters,
DeRoca.
I will know who you are.
Bruno.
I also was wondering,
show up
like, how
here
come
so
we
know who you are.
have 100 people watching? We've got 150 people are coming out to Money Matters. Like,
Just joined. See, Bruno just joined. I knew Bruno was
was
numeral.
he?
No,
Oh,
no.
I thought Bruno was there saying I just joined.
Yeah,
Shoot.
no. Rhonda Vaughn said that Bruno just joined. Oh, Bruno. Rhonda, let him know.
Text Bruno,
Oh, we
Rana.
graduated with Nikki and Griswold. Oh, Bruno. See,
new
you
people.
joined.
We saved
This is your sign, your universal nudge that you made the right decision because the universe was already trying to pay you back. They will pay you back for joining BDC.
They will pay you back.
What?
Well, I'm just wondering if everybody could hear old Grant Dennis playing the
so-
maracas
no,
or whatever he's
somebody-
doing out there. Like, what's Grant doing?
Somebody's working on their bartender license
Grant's
in the
hovering.
background.
Grant's hovering around the podcast
Playing the
studio,
maracas?
y'all, and it's
Sure,
very.
what's he
Very
doing?
weird.
What's going on?
Grant had a good time at
Oh,
the
man.
Shake Dilly Cup.
Yes, he did. I have a feeling. he's gonna
If
end up.
everyone could give him a call at 6 a.m.
He's gonna end up
tomorrow
at
morning,
the
we would appreciate it.
Dill
Yeah,
House
so
for one more
we should-
night.
let's
He needs a 6 a.m. wake
Can
up
we
call
put
if
Grant's
you could
phone
do
number
it.
up there
Yeah, we could
in
get
there
that.
and have everybody
All
call?
right, we got. Do we have one more name?
We
Or
got
is
one
that
more
our
name to
last?
Got
call.
one more name.
I just want to
Try and
remind
get this
everybody,
straight.
can everybody do me a favor real quick? Can you check cramnutrition.com?
We still.
I gotta
yes.
find out if that's how great Cram is. Like, we're sold out. We can't even keep this in stock. Cramnutrition.com.
And we have a discount code.
We have
for
the
y'all,
discount
if you can
code.
Get on there.
I need you guys to get your Cram because it's going to blow your mind. Hey, these are good problems to have. Everybody wants to get Cram. They want to give it to their kids. Kids take it to lunch. Their friends eat it, and then mom and dad are like, "Oh, you ate all the cram and now it's sold out online. You can't get it anymore. It is still available at Sprouts.
Yes,
so
you can get it
if
at
you
Sprouts.
go to Sprouts, you can pick up some cram, but they're not going to honor the Sean and Lacey live code. And so we want to get that to you. Is anybody telling me if cram is available? Cram. Is cram available, peeps?
Do you want me to put the thing up? I got the cram thing.
Well, I don't know. We got to look.
last
Oh,
name.
sold out still.
Gosh.
Yep.
I'm gonna
People
text.
have
I'm gonna
spoken,
text the
it's sold
fine.
out.
I'm gonna text the fine folks at
Well,
Cram.
we
We're gonna
are
figure it out.
allowed to have our discount code until it gets back.
Yeah,
in
we're gonna
stock.
have the
So
discount
don't
code.
worry.
Don't worry, it's not one of
Once
those like
back
now it's in
we're
stock
gonna-
and the
and
discount
trust me,
code
we
expired.
Want it, we want it as well. Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
All right, Pat. One last name.
Last name, kids.
Grant keeps popping in. Everybody.
You want to read?
You gonna try this last one?
Namira Alibhoy.
Namira Aliboy.
I think that Namira.
Namira.
She absolutely deserves it.
OG BDC
OG
member.
BDC.
Namira is real. She's from California.
I think
OG.
Namira is
She has
on
original
our
price.
very
Probably.
first original
Yeah.
price.
Namira
rock bottom
may be
price.
the
$3 a month.
oldest standing
Yes.
Black Diamond Club member.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Oh, my.
Well,
My
Namira,
goodness.
Namira. Somebody will have to tell Namira that she won.
I think I can go ahead and announce that Grant Dennis did not win the Shane Billy Cup. He was.
I don't think so.
I don't
I
think.
think he might
That
have.
much.
Yeah, he just.
I think he probably missed it by a couple of drinks
Yeah, maybe.
or shots or literal shots, y'all.
Just a bit
Yeah.
outside.
Well, I'm super excited. I am sad that we didn't get a winner tonight, but that means that we're up to $8.
Next week we're going to
$800.
$800. We're drawing 8 names. We're going to be catching our
Unbelievable.
groove. Or where are we going to be next week? I don't know. Are we here? What are we doing?
You're here until Friday. And
Oh,
then
we're here till Friday, and then we're
yeah,
off
here till
to
Friday.
Vegas and
Yeah, and
LA.
we're off to Vegas.
And yeah, we have
Yeah.
a great week planned. We're gone for 6 days. I realized that today when I was talking to Megan. So
Vegas.
Oh, wait a
Yeah.
minute. Are we going to be in? We're going to be back in time for. No, we're not going for 6. We are going for 6.
You come back Wednesday.
We'll come back for. We're going to come back here for Sean and Lacey live, right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to Las Vegas. We're going to see Maroon 5. We're going to Orange County. We're going to be filming 2-minute drill.
Yep.
I'm
We each
doing an
have our own
episode. You're
episode.
doing a separate episode on a different day.
Yep.
Which is great. That means probably I'll just tour around Orange County. We're going to be doing some VIP dinners out in Orange County with David Meltzer.
Yep.
And then we'll be back for Sean and Lacey live. We got to keep your feet moving. Listen, when they start shooting at you, there's only one rule: don't fall down. We'll see everybody tomorrow. If you're a VIPer, we'll see you tomorrow. And if you're not a VIPer, we cannot wait to see you on Friday. But you should be a VIPer because VIP Day at Marketing Matters is going to be off the chain. It's going to be
Yep.
absolutely amazing. We're going to be seeing our Quest 7 peeps. We got all kinds of cool stuff going on. Cannot wait. David
Excited to
Meltzer,
see you
Clinton
all.
Sparks, Mark Murphy, Bo Parfait,
And the
the
BDC
two of us,
team.
the whole BDC team, the greatest team on the planet. Oh my gosh. Well, and if you're not coming, that's what social media is for, I guess. All right, everybody.
See you next week.
See ya.